Okay, again, guys, I apologize for the sunglasses. I forgot my prescription glasses at home, and so I had to use my prescription sunglasses, so I apologize for that. So we had gone through all of these concepts of the ends and the means, and then we got to the trolley problem, right? We got to the trolley problem talking about that from the perspective that the trolley problem is that version where we have these scenarios, and we showed you the video. We showed you the video how there is that train that's coming, right? You have to pull the lever. There's 5 people on one track. There is 1 person on the other track. Remember, the problem with utilitarians is the trolley problem, because if I pull the lever and I save the 5 people, the greatest number of people with the greatest happiness, and I only kill that 1 person, in theory, that works, unless that situation is familiar to me. So let's go with this idea. Now, I need for you all to really think through this. Trolley theory. One track now has 5 workers on it. The other track has a vehicle with an Uber driver on it. The reason why they had to go on the track is because the roads had been flooded out. The Uber driver has in the back of their Uber a woman who is pregnant, who has to get to the hospital. She is about to deliver. You are the conductor of the train. Do you change tracks to get the 5 people, according to who you would save those 5 people, or do you hit the Uber driver with the pregnant woman who is about to deliver in the track?
Can I say something? So this may go off. Well, I don't think it's going off topic because it still has something to do, because you said, who do you choose, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm thinking about when I watched the movie I, Robot. In the beginning of the movie, it was a crash, and the robot had to choose between the cop and the little girl.
I'm at home.
And Will Smith basically was telling him, go get the little girl. But his thing was the first person he could see and get, who had more oxygen still in them. And he saved Will Smith instead of the little girl. But if it was one of us, the human thing, we probably would have went for the child.
Okay. Okay. It's not off topic because it's something to consider. Because remember, in ethics, we're thinking morally. We're thinking in the process of our philosophy in systemizing, in defending, and in recommending the right and wrong concepts, right?
Right.
So now, trolley theory. We talked about utilitarianism. We talked about the fact that they believe in what? The greatest happiness
over the greater number, the greater good. Yeah.
Always. That's kind of the whole process of that, right? Weighing those consequences. The sum of individual pleasures and pain is not my pleasures and pain that matter, but the cumulative happiness of the number of people, right? So we're always looking at what is it going to be the greater amount of people. Now, again, we get this track where we've got 2 situations. We've got 5 people stuck on this track. We have 2.5 people stuck on this track. because we have a pregnant lady who's about to deliver. Who do you kill? Somebody's got to die. Who do you kill? Everybody, weigh in.
I'm sorry, that sounded really killer. Like someone's gonna.
Somebody's got to die. So weigh in.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but I can't.
I know, Jose.
I mean, if it's you to let whatever, it's more than less of what you told us last week.
That's
I ain't getting no baby. I'm a mom.
Right, that's what utilitarians believe, right? Mhm.
This got me thinking about the movie Saw. All this ethic. You talking about we don't use ethics, man. This crazy.
That's the same thing I was thinking.
Like,
That's crazy.
wow. Ask that question one more time. Like,
Can you go back to the screen of it?
Yeah, well,
Yes,
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it up for you. I'm gonna just draw it up for you. So let me go on and
I'm running.
I'm going to just add a square here. Okay, so this is the new slide, right? So here, I'll put a little train here.
Oh, geez.
All right. This is the train, right? You're the conductor of the train. On one side, you've got a group of people. Let's put a group of people here. Okay. That's one track. You got those people. On the other track, we're gonna put a car here for our Uber driver. And in the Uber driver right here, there's a woman in the back who is on the track because there was water, there was a flood on the roads. They had to go on this track because this track is not normally utilized. It's usually a dead track. So the Uber driver is trying to get the woman to the hospital. He's on this dead track. They're going to have to switch roads, okay? He's going to have to come and hit all of these people or hit this Uber driver and the mom who's expected going to the hospital. Everybody has to make a decision. Who do you choose?
Oh, I believe the conductor would hit the Uber driver.
I'm going with that too.
No, you're the Uber driver.
I'm
Conductor, Yasmin.
the conductor.
Yeah.
My logic would be that one, I really don't know who's in that Uber car because my focus is like I'm panicking, but I'm calm. So, but I see a group of people with a group of children that still has an option at life as well that could reproduce. But like I said, I don't know that it's a pregnant woman. Even if I did, I don't know. I don't know. But things happen. Final destination. Okay. So in my reality, I'm gonna go with the group of people because one, they could reproduce and they could reproduce again and again at this time. I'm not saying that I don't know what's gonna happen the next day or the day after, but I'm gonna go with the group of people over the happiness of the greater good.
Really?
Okay.
I would hit the car. I mean, first of all, a car should not
No, you didn't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying I will save the group of people. I will hit the
gotcha. Okay.
You didn't hear me. But yeah.
So Jeannie's obviously with you. She's going to hit the car as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah. Yeah, I would not go with the greatest happiness for the number of people. Unfortunately, I will go with the car.
Hmm?
And like Jasmine
You
said,
are
we don't
going-
know who's in
You
there.
are going with the greatest happiness.
You are going with the greater good, Janie, by picking a group of people.
You're not hitting the group of people.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
the greatest
I'm
happiness.
reading my notes wrong. But no, yeah, I'm going with the car, unfortunately.
Okay,
Because like Yasmin said, we don't know who's in there. But if I do see a group of people, I'm gonna go with the other, unfortunately.
what if you know that someone's in there? What if you know that the Uber driver does have a pregnant woman in there? Does that change your mind?
No, I will not. Because I
Okay.
still won't know.
Okay.
Even if I did know, no, I don't know. If I'm thinking really, I don't know, as a conductor in a train, who's in a car.
Okay,
I will feel bad afterwards, of course. Oh
okay.
God, you're killing me with this one.
Deidre, Chris, Jose, weigh in,
I'm gonna do the car.
do the card? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll do the part too.
you do the card too, Jose?
I don't
Okay,
It's
think
messed
nobody
up.
gonna
It's-
really
it's-
run.
It's so messed up. Like,
Yeah, it is.
because what if I was in that Uber car? You get what I'm saying?
mhm,
Yeah.
Hi, girl.
It makes you think about it, like, but I just know me and God, like what our relationship is at the end of the day, just like anybody else know their relationship. And it
Amen.
was just, I just, just take me and my baby home. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But
It's a crazy,
it's just, that's why I said
it's a
it makes us, like,
crazy option to have to make. Like it's crazy to have to
No,
both
it's really
those scenarios.
sad because these things happen in real life with
It
an
it does.
truck
It
driver,
does.
and it is what it is. It's really sad. This is the best scenario, Professor.
yeah, I know.
But
I-
it's
I-
real. It's real
Yeah, I
life.
do the
though.
car too.
I think that what it really boils down to is whether you're a more of an emotional person or more of a, someone who thinks more logical. Because sometimes in life, sometimes you allow your emotions to get the best of you.
We
But at
do.
the same time, those emotions allow you to be compassionate and
Yep.
have an understanding for the things that you cannot necessarily fully comprehend. Because sometimes your emotions contradict logic. So I guess that's the wider question at hand.
I
I'm
got one.
emotional.
Oh, I got one. Professor.
Yeah, so everybody weighed in that you
Okay.
the card, because Chris weighed in as well. So let me change the scenario just slightly, guys.
A question.
Same scenario. Now, the person that's in the car, you as a conductor, you recognize, and they've called you because it's your cousin who's pregnant in the car, now calling you while you're the conductor on the train, saying, I'm on my way to the hospital. I'm in an Uber on the train tracks. Watch out for us. Who do you hear it?
So
The people.
I was just thinking about the movie, The Good Child. I think it was The Bad Child, where she had to pick between her two sons. Well, one of them was
Oh,
the
yeah.
and one was the bad one. One was the biological one was the one who was a little crazy. And
Mhm.
towards the end, she chose the one she adopted. So in this nature, I'm using my brain because, like you said, you go off emotion, and sometimes you think of that's how you go off compassion. If this cousin was somebody that, oh shit, I don't know, come back to me.
No, I would choose family. Sorry. I know it's horrible, but yeah, my answer would change. I would choose my family.
You would choose family?
I
Okay.
would.
But what if this
I
family
would
member
hate to be in
was
that
touching
situation.
somebody in the family? What if this family member was a person that killed grandma? What if this family member touched little kids? What if this family
Well, she
member?
didn't get into all that.
But I'm just saying, I'm thinking about all outcomes. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about all outcomes.
No, yeah,
Okay, you would choose family, Jeannie.
I would.
Change? Everybody else still good with that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Going to change the scenario just real quick. Wait.
But in reality, we are all family. That's what it says in the Bible. Selfless love.
Right. Now, same scenario. This time, it's your mother and your kids are on the other track.
Oh my God, with
Really?
the
Are you-
I'm
silences,
going with family.
I feel threatened.
Yeah, right. I'm so threatened, Jose. Like, seriously.
Oh no, everybody
That's
going,
your
oh
van.
no.
That's your van.
I'm saving my kids.
I'm saving my mom and family. Sorry, I'm still choosing family. It's unfortunate, but I mean, I feel sorry for the other ones, but yep, I'm still choosing family.
Oh my God, I might kill myself. If I gotta do that, I just might just throttle me.
Just get it
honestly.
over, get off the track.
I might take the option just to choose my self-interest and my own self and just, I understand there might be other people on the train with me, but we together to let both groups live. Like, that's the only way I could think of it. Seriously.
You don't have a choice. You only have 2 train tracks.
No,
I can't sacrifice myself.
You only have 2 train tracks.
You making up your own scenario now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going with my family, Professor.
Okay.
I'm sacrificing, I want them to live.
Okay.
Because I may die too, but if my mom can take care of my child, of course.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going with my mom and kids. I'm saving them because I know my kids in good care.
Amen. Mhm.
Like, so.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
I see it like morally, it's like, you know, what's good for society and what you want to do type of thing, because sometimes this could be like 2 different contradictions, like
Mhm.
if you have, I think that's like one of the questions that's probably like some politicians have, or, people in
Mhm.
power have, like, what's right? Yeah, I could help out 10 people right now, or I could tell half the people that I can't help them. Eventually, I'm going to help out 20 people. So you're sacrificing, in a sense, 5 people in order to double up on your goal of what you're trying to achieve. I think
Mhm.
that's another way of looking at
I
it.
go with that.
So what's your choice, Jose?
Man, I'm a softie. I'm gonna have to take my family.
I
Amen.
was about to say.
Deidre, Chris?
I'm picking my
Mm.
mom, family.
Okay.
I'm picking my kids.
Okay. All right.
I ain't
So,
got no kids, so
so this is the problem with the trolley problem when it comes to utilitarianism. The only time that it becomes very real that this whole idea of utility does not work is when it comes to personal, how that impacts us.
Mhm.
It changes how we look at it, and that becomes the trolley problem when we come to it. It comes to the point from the utilitarian's perspective, it's exemplified in that because this scenario, as much as I continue to change it for you, it no longer makes it relevant for us to support the greater amount of good when it comes to that person. Just like what we talked about on Tuesday. Let me give you now a new scenario, very similar to the one that I gave you on Tuesday. Like the pandemic occurred, this is now a life-threatening situation that has occurred. All of us are sick. We only all have now 24 hours to live. There are only 2 vials of medicine left for all of us, okay? Now, we could all make a decision as to why we would be benefiting from getting that vial of medicine. Because remember, there's how many of us right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, right? 2 vials, which means that 4 of us are going to die. Now we have to make a case as to why we should survive over another person. Now, we could say, well, my life is more important than someone else's life because I can help more people. So those of you who are in business, you said, well, my business acumen, will really be able to support the economy, and it's going to mean a lot of things, and it's going to help a lot of people. And so I think I should live. Somebody from the criminal justice, you're all going to say, well, you need me in probation, or you need me in as a paralegal, or you need me in the area of a judge or an attorney so that I can help to represent a great amount of people. Another of you, who might be in another area would say, oh, you need me because in social services, you need to have people who are there to help people find resources that are going to help their lives. Each of us can make those decisions. However, Jose now has the cure for diabetes, where people do not have to anymore take any insulin or any kind of pills whatsoever. Yasmin has the cure to obesity, which means that nothing that a person eats anymore will ever put fat on their body again. Okay? Which means that they're going to have a healthy liver, healthy heart, healthy, all those kinds of things.
And I could cook, so you could eat some good stuff, healthy.
Right, right. And then Chris, however, he has the cure to poverty, where he has determined how everyone in the world can have adequate amount of money throughout the world and never starve and never be homeless again. Who is among us is going to get those vows?
Well, we know our Rip Chris gonna get it because he has the cure. You said the cure, right? Or the key to poverty and how to keep where everybody could be actually equal when it comes to the money market. Nobody ever starve again, regardless of what it is. So I know he's one to we need him.
Okay.
I would sacrifice myself as long as Chris promises to take care of my family.
Okay.
On the other tip, being obese, I think that's a psychological thing. Even if I can't, like, I could figure out a way where we will never get fat again. But realistically, that's some chemical. I feel like, I don't know, realistically. But like Jeannie said, I'll probably sacrifice myself. And if I know the other people have something to offer that's beyond, and I can leave them with my cure. That's how I feel. Hey, this is the poverty. Look, I need you to, this is what you could continue with. People could stay in shape and still eat equally and live equally, like in the poverty. So yeah.
I think that it comes down to a lot of different things, right? Like the whole overweight thing. I think that once you understand that people have different types of bodies, right? I have friends who are twice my height and twice my size. They're not overweight. They're really strong. You have to understand that in order to carry too much weight, you need much muscle too. And in a sense, it's not necessarily considered obese or anything. They're just really heavy men. So I feel that the misconception of what physical beauty could be, that could be something that uh, could be worked on, but at the same time, what are you willing to sacrifice? If you're willing to sacrifice yourselves, then that's just, I think, puts you at a whole different level.
Yeah, but we weren't talking about even the look itself. We were
Right.
about how it impacts the heart. We were talking about how it impacts the liver, all of those other things. And then we said that you, Jose, had the cure to diabetes where people would not have to do insulin and shots and what have you. And even type 1 diabetics, who are people who are usually children who get diabetes for no reason that has to do with being overweight or bad habits or anything, everyone would be cured. So who would get the vials? And the only person who's so far stepped up has said Yasmin. So who would get the cure? Would it be Chris? Would it be Jose? Would it be Yasmin? Or would it be anyone else? Because we only have
Well,
two.
right now, I'll give it to you because you're the professor. And you got more knowledge than us right now.
I don't have anything to offer you guys. So. So let's think ethically and logically, because we're going to wrap this up in just a second, guys.
Come on, Jose.
Nah, I'll give it to Chris.
Okay.
And I
Anyone?
believe Jeannie answered. She said Chris in the beginning.
Okay, all right. Jeannie, all right, you did say Chris, didn't
I'm going with me.
you? Chris said he's going with himself too. DJ,
Just take care of my kid and family, Chris. I got you.
And I'm gonna give you the knowledge, Chris, about the obesity thing. So just use it and run with it. That's all.
Okay.
DJ,
Um, I don't know.
okay.
It's kind of hard for me.
I mean, I'm with the Lord. He got me, so he got my family, and Chris is on board.
Yeah, basically.
Right?
So one of the things is that the criticism of utilitarianism is that the application of principles are too complex, okay? You cannot privilege our own happiness or the happiness of those we love over others, okay? Treating everyone equally lacks common sense affront of our own personal integrity, because you all already saw that when I gave you the scenario about your own families. And then ends justify the means. So it's okay to kill someone for the sake of the greater good or the greater number of people, like population control leads to conclusions that are contrary to common sense morality. And so this is why there are criticisms of utilitarianism. So make sure, guys, that you got a chance to read little sections of that, at least peruse your chapter on that. And, and then when you get your PDF of this weekend, take a look at it. And then you'll be able to read through Act and Rule Utilitarianism, which is, we're going to talk a little bit about that on Tuesday as well, just so that we can make sure that we've had time to get that in your mind before you get into your midterm. Yes, Jeannie.
I'm sorry. That last paragraph that you used, so it's not okay for us to use our own. I'm sorry, I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh, I was saying these are the criticisms of utilitarianism.
So I can't use my own. I mean, I can't give up myself. Is that what is being criticized?
What's being criticized is that utilitarians say that it's always about the greatest number of people, the greatest happiness.
For the number of people. I have that.
And so the reason why is that their whole principle is complex. Number one, we cannot privilege our own happiness in utilitarianism. But just like we were talking about it, we would probably not be utilitarians when it comes down
Okay, so that would not make me one
to
because,
criticism, right?
okay, okay. I just wanted to understand that,
Yeah.
that first thing, I couldn't understand it, but okay, so I
That's why
I
people
would not be one
criticize.
person because of course my family will come first or my own happiness.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah, you got it.
thank you, I'm sorry.
No problem. So what I need for you all to do is study your study sheet, get your assignment in for this week. Let me know what you all need. I'm gonna stay on for a few minutes afterwards for those who need to talk with me. But the rest of you guys have a great weekend. We'll talk a little bit more about this on Tuesday before we talk about our next subject. And then I'll have the quiz posted on Sunday. Since we're going to go through your study sheet on Tuesday, don't try to take the quiz until after that, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So we studied the